All right, what's going on, you guys? Brian here with a quick recap of what happened on tonight's episode of WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Let's get right into it. Of course, before I get started, I want to send my thoughts and prayers to anyone affected by Hurricane Ian, whether it be in Florida, South Carolina, wherever the Hurricane Ian strikes. My thoughts and prayers are for everyone to be safe, no matter what. Just stay safe. Also, a bit of breaking news as far as wrestling news is concerned of the passing of legendary Japanese wrestler Antonio Inoki, who died at the age of, I believe they said 79. If I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Of course, Inoki, legend in Japan, a wrestler. Yeah, it was age 79. I was just looking on social media. So Antonio Inoki passing away at the age of 79. Of course, everyone remembers. Well, I've seen clips of it. His legendary fight against Muhammad Ali. So my thoughts and prayers go out to Inoki's family and friends at this time. So getting into SmackDown, of course, with the hurricane that hit Florida, a lot of talent were not there this evening. But we did get some Raw superstars who appeared on SmackDown tonight, the likes of Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, the Alpha Academy, Johnny Gargano. They were actually there was a big six-man tag that main evented SmackDown tonight with Johnny Gargano, Kevin Owens teaming up with Drew McIntyre. I'm sorry if there's freezing in this video. I'm recording it off my phone, so they took on Alpha Academy and Austin Theory in the main event. In the opening match, we saw the honorary Uce, Sami Zayn, and Solo Sikoa defeat Ricochet and Madcap Moss in tag team action. They announced later on in the show that next week on the season premiere of SmackDown, it is going to be Ricochet taking on Solo Sikoa in one-on-one action. Then we had a backstage segment with Jey Uso confronting Sami Zayn. Of course, they're teasing some dissension with Jey Uso having a problem with Sami Zayn being part of the bloodline. So I don't know where that's going to go with that. We heard from Karrion Kross, who in a week from Saturday will be facing Drew McIntyre in a strap match at Extreme Rules. We had an interview with Austin Theory, which would turn into a match against Drew McIntyre because Theory was running his mouth a little bit too much about McIntyre, and McIntyre heard everything he said when he was standing behind him. So that was pretty much it for that. Drew McIntyre took on Austin Theory and won the match by disqualification when Chad Gable and Otis, the Alpha Academy, who had accompanied Austin Theory to the ring, they got involved. This led to Johnny Gargano coming out. This led to Kevin Owens coming out to make the save, and that is how they got to that main event, that six-man tag team main event that happened later on SmackDown. We had a couple of backstage segments involving the Maximum Models, where they were doing it was Massey and Mansoor, where they were doing a pose, and they were trying to beat the world record for longest pose. Of course, it really didn't end very well to them. So that was pretty much it for that. It ended with Max Dupree knocking them out of the pose later on in the show. Hit Row Top Dollar and Ashanti the Adonis, they defeated Los Lotharios in tag team action. Ronda Rousey, she defeated Natalya, building momentum heading into next Saturday's SmackDown Women's title match, where she will challenge Liv Morgan for that SmackDown Women's Championship in an Extreme Rules match. Afterwards, Ronda and Liv would get into it outside the ring, and that adds more fuel to that fire heading into next Sunday or next Saturday. I'm sorry, guys. I am so used to I miss the days of when WWE pay-per-views or WWE events or wrestling events happened on Sunday that I can't really rack my head around being on a Saturday. We had Shotzi losing to Bayley. And then in the main event, it was Johnny Gargano, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre defeating Austin Theory and Alpha Academy. Also on tonight's show, we had some more clues for anyone that has been keeping up with the apparent return of Bray Wyatt. They've been doing a lot of what they're calling, there's a song, White Rabbit, and there's been some clues given around. And one of the things that happened during tonight's SmackDown was when Michael Cole and Corey Graves were talking on commentary. There was a fan that came by and held up a sign and said, "Revel in what you are," I think is what it was. So there's been a lot of different clues. I haven't been really watching the product, so I have no idea what's going on. I know that they've been teasing possibly Bray Wyatt's return under a different character, but I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been really paying attention. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That pretty much was what happened on SmackDown tonight. I mean, it was a show. It wasn't really entertaining. I just, I was watching it, but while I was watching it, I was playing some video games and stuff, so I was like, it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened on SmackDown tonight. With that in mind, if you guys watched SmackDown tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. And that was another thing. Was that there was an in-ring segment involving Sheamus and Imperium. Sheamus was by himself as the other two members of the Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch, were stuck in Orlando, and Sheamus was by himself, and he wound up suffering because of it when it was a 3-on-1 beatdown by Imperium. And of course, next week on SmackDown on the season premiere, Sheamus Gunther Intercontinental Championship match 2. Gunther won at Clash at the Castle. Will Sheamus be able to win the one championship that has eluded him next week? We'll find out. But yeah, I mean, it was a so-so episode tonight. So with that in mind, like I mentioned, if you guys watched SmackDown tonight, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. This has been my SmackDown recap. As always, I am Brian, and I will see you next time. See ya.